Alrighty, it is Tuesday, but I have to go back to Monday really quick. So after I quit audio, I ended up hitting Vaughn's like I planned. I ended up just coming back with, oh no, what did I get? I got bananas? I got something else. What was it? Something else in bananas. I don't remember. I know Monica sent me there to get lasagna, but they didn't have the kind that she wanted, so I just came home. So I got back at 3. Monica got the computer. She made the mango blend. I went back to line arting. I completed the pages at 3:40. We walked around for a little bit talking, and then I went back on at 4. We watched Takagi, and then I unloaded the phone. I scanned the pages I was working on, and then I got off at like 4:27, and I went back to bed. So I had trouble falling asleep. I woke up at 2, but I didn't end up getting out of bed until like 3:40. I went straight to work on the audio, and also I assembled the next 2 pages. By 5 o'clock, I had 2 audio files completed, and by 5:44, I passed pages 5 and 6 off to Monica. At 6, I paused from editing the audio to watch a little bit of news, and by 6:18, I completed my 4th audio file, and I got off. So I ended up deciding to go hit Amazon Fresh and get those aplenty cookies I wanted to try. I left at like 6:20. By the time I arrived, it was 7:04, and like I couldn't get into the store. They hadn't unlocked it yet. They ended up realizing that, and they ran to go unlock the door for me. That was funny. Okay, so the only thing I got was the aplenty cookies. I got home sometime around like 8. Monica was awake. She had already had her medication. So she proposed eating the rigatoni. Oh, that's what I came back with. Okay. When I was at Vaughn's, I got rigatoni. I completely forgot. Okay, so she proposed eating the rigatoni I got yesterday. And then, we ended up taking a shower first. She didn't know the pages were done, so she didn't work on them. They're late. They're not done yet. It's already 3 o'clock. We are now officially behind. I have mixed feelings about this. I'm like behind in so many different ways. I mean, like the next 2 drafts, I scanned them, but they don't look comprehensible enough. So I don't really know how well I'm going to be able to like deal with them. I think I need to like make them more specific next time I'm on the computer, because they're a little more comprehensible, but they're still not as specific as I need them to be. Like all the fairies in the pictures, I'm like, I don't have any like ideas of what they're wearing and what they look like, so I have to come up with shit. I ended up getting out of the shower at 8:34. I resumed work on the pages I was stuck on. I ended up finishing the art at 9:46, and then I loaded the pages with text to Weebly, and I got off at like 11:07 to compress my video. So while my video was compressing, Monica wanted to go for a walk, so we ended up hitting Five Below and Target. At Five Below, she ended up getting socks. We got another magnet. They have this Miku magnet where she's wearing orange, and we hadn't seen it before. It's probably not new. And then for Target, we ended up getting a whole bunch of food. So we found the lasagna she wanted. We also got the 2 more bags of turkey. And they finally were carrying the Dove chocolate bunny, so she got that. That's what she really wanted, but like they didn't have it for like weeks. So she ended up settling for the Godiva one. So we have this Godiva bunny that's just randomly is in storage until Easter. So yeah. What else did we do? We ended up getting home sometime around like 12:25. She made salad. I worked on the drafts, but I only completed 1 at that moment. And then we went back on at 1, and I loaded my video. And in between working on the 2nd draft, I ended up cleansing all my libnpc folders. You see, when I started, I saved a whole bunch of references trying to figure out what I wanted for various things. Hairstyles, clothing, and poses, because like I do a lot of artwork for the extras. And what else? Yeah, mostly it's just the extras. I had to do a lot of artwork for the extras, so I saved all these poses for that. And like I barely used like any of them. When I went back and looked at them, I think I could name like a barely like 1 or 2 or 3 poses that I used. And like, it really got me realizing I stopped relying on those folders like very early into the series. I can't even remember the last time I looked at them. I think it was during the combat in the middle of the storyline. That was like the last time I looked at any of those folders. And like, I I just feel like I have this folder full of poses, and I can either delete all of them now or sort them. All I know is that I haven't gone looking for poses in such a long time since then, and like, lately all I've been doing is just saving, hairstyles and clothing and stuff for other things in other folders, and like, I'm starting to feel very disorganized. That's basically what I'm trying to say. And like, I think I need to go back and like try to either use these things or just delete them. It just depends on like how useful they are. And I don't quite know. I try to move as many things that I looked at and I thought, okay, this is beautiful. But like, there's other things that are just like, I have no reason to keep this thing. It doesn't even look very good. So like, yeah, I think the last reference I actually used was this reference for Ivy's hair, where like, it was a character with, curly hair, and she had 2 bows on the sides of her head, and I was like, this looks almost like not perfectly, almost like Ivy's hairstyle. I want to see if I can like use it for her. Now that I moved everything around, I just feel a little disorganized, and like, I need to go back to the folders where I was just randomly dumping things out of the other folders into these random folders. I have to sort those folders now, so that doesn't make me feel very well organized. I have to go back and mess with it. Okay, so I got off at 3. She's still coloring. So this is what needs to happen. I'm gonna stay in tomorrow, and I'm gonna try to run through all of the drafts I need to do. I am so behind. The liner I was supposed to do tonight, it's not ready for me. And the pages I was supposed to do today are not ready for me either. So we are 1 day behind. I'm trying to figure out how to get back ahead. Tomorrow's the hump day. I do also need to work on the storyboard for the next chapter. By Thursday, I need to have that ready. So like Thursday or Friday, mostly just Thursday, because I need to prepare for, we're already a day behind. So I'm like, I'm trying to figure out how to get like myself sorted out. I'm not really sure. Usually I have to do like double the work, and like last time I had to do audio, I did that. I did double the work and I managed to stay ahead. But like this time I couldn't do it because like we fell behind on I think it was either Monday or Sunday or Monday. I think it was Monday. Monica didn't finish it because we were only doing 6 hours a day worth of work. And like, that wasn't enough time to get everything done. And like, today I just decided, instead of walking around and sketching, I ended up just going shopping. So I'm like, I shouldn't do that. So I'm trying to figure out how to make up for the time that I've lost. Is there anything else that's on my mind? Anything else? Okay, so nothing is planned for tomorrow. But the Thursday is St. Patrick's Day. We are going to have pizza on that day. Or lasagna. I'm going to have to ask her. I'm afraid she's going to want the lasagna tomorrow. But, like, I have to find out. Other than that, is there anything else that's on my mind? I'm trying to think. No, I guess that's virtually it. Alrighty then. That's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Wednesday, but I have to go back to Tuesday really quick. So after I record audio, I did a little bit of writing. Monica finished and got off at like 3:26. She didn't pass me back the cartridge. I had to go look for it. She was like casually talking to herself. I just let her do her thing. I didn't want to like mess with that. We ended up getting in bed, but we ended up talking for like a couple of hours to each other. And then we went to bed like about like, all I know is the sun was mostly down by that point. I don't remember what time it was. Okay, so I slept until 2:30 and I got up at 2:40 because I knew I had a lot of work and I didn't know how I was going to get any of this shit done. I'm already 2 days behind. So the pages that were supposed to go up on Tuesday I barely finished them today. So that's not good. I don't even have tomorrow's line art ready. I have to line art that. Oh my god. Okay, so the two major things I ended up doing when I went on the computer was I printed out pages 7 and 8 in red so I can line art it, and then I did the coloring for pages 5 and 6. So I'm only like a little bit through that. I ended up getting off at 6 something. It wasn't quite perfectly 6. I tried to walk around and sketch the next 2 pages out, the drafts for the next 2 pages out, and like I just couldn't do the full hour. I just like I got super tired by 6:30 and I just plopped myself back into bed. So I ended up laying there up until Monica got out of bed sometime around 7. We talked about possibly going up to Vaughn's and getting some groceries, because that was the plan we had for yesterday, but like, oh my god, I was way too tired, but I forced myself to do it anyway. So we got a couple of things. She told me to get some freezer bags. I got some massive freezer bags. They were the only freezer bags that they had, but they were just so huge. They didn't make tinier ones. I figured they were sold out of them. We ended up getting home at 8:16. We ate breakfast finally. And we watched a smidge of YouTube. Monica went back to sleep though. It makes me so angry. She has all this free time and she never uses it wisely. It's so frustrating. And then she complains about how she doesn't have time to do fun things because she's always coloring. And I'm just like, today was the day she didn't really have anything to do and she wasted most of it laying down. It makes me angry. Oh man. So yeah. I ended up finishing the art for page 5 at 9:40. Monica ended up coming back to join me to go on the computer at 10:31, and then I finished the artwork for page 6 at like 10:36, and then I got off. So I tried to start the line art, and she got off at 11, and then she was like, oh, I want to know if you wanted to go walk around for a little bit. So we walked around in the living room we tried to go for a full hour, but like by the 40-minute mark, I was just like way too tired, and I was like, I can't do this. I absolutely have to go to sleep. So I crashed. I slept until like 10:15. I'm like, it's 3 o'clock. It's almost 4. I feel the most awake than I've ever felt before. I mean, like, usually I wake up at 4 and then I get sleepy by 4. Because I slept midday, I feel so energized. I think I might be able to finish this line art with all this extra energy that I have right now. So yeah. She woke me up at like 1:15. We ate lunch, and then we walked the last 20 minutes, and then we went back on the computer at like 2:15. So I finished and loaded the pages to the Weebly at 3:28, much to my surprise. My website has the massive amount of views. It's the most views I've ever had for my Weebly, like, since ever. I don't think anybody has been really using my my Weebly accounts to read the comic. Most people usually stick to Tapas. And like, I just assume, like, I guess this person decided to use the Weebly instead because it doesn't have any ads on it. At least as far as I know, they don't like force ads on me for their own benefit. So yeah, I guess that's the case. I'm not 100% sure. All I know is that it left me feeling like, how exactly have you managed to look at 162 pages if my comic is only like 140 something pages? I'm like, what? How did you do that? So yeah, I figured they were looking at other things. I don't really have much to look at on that site because like I just got lazy with updating it. I mean, like, the actual character pages are not updated. I didn't do one for Gin. I mean, like, Gin's image is not up. His text is not up. As far as I know, I don't think I did that. Maybe his picture's up, but his text isn't. I didn't think of anything to say. So I have to go back and finish those. I kept telling myself that, like, for the last 2 years, go back and finish the character page. I just could not be fucked to because I'm so busy doing other things. So now that the series is over, maybe I can take care of that. Because, like, it's just the one thing about the website that has not been updated and just finished filling out everything. I don't know. Other than that, what else is there? So I got off right now. It's like 3:28. So I figure I might as well just go back to line arting. I don't really feel like doing it this moment. I just got back from staring at the computer screen. Monica hasn't read to me, but I don't expect her to have the energy to do it later. I figure by the time she gets off the computer, she's probably going to be tired. Tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day. We agreed to have a pizza. I mean, like, we only eat pizza for all the holidays. It's making the pizza very boring. I wish there was something else we could eat. I mean, we have lasagna, but like, she told me she wanted the lasagna for a different day. She didn't want us to waste it on St. Patrick's Day. Other than that, what else is there? I'm kind of miffed that the comic is a day or two behind now. That's frustrating because like tomorrow's gonna be Thursday. Thursday we were supposed to be doing, what pages were we supposed to be doing? Hold on. Okay. On Thursday, we were supposed to be doing pages 9 and 10. We're going to be doing pages 7 and 8, which is like, it's bad. It makes me angry, but like, there's nothing I can do about it. I just have to deal with it. The worst part is that because I'm so like frustrated with being behind and trying to catch up, I have had no time to work on the storyboard. The storyboard has to be done by Friday. I can't have it any later than that. So I need to make some time on Thursday to work on it. I can't do it tonight. I have to do the line art. So I'm like, I'm stuck in this circle right now. I think I can probably catch up tomorrow, because like the drafts for the next 2 pages, pages 9 and 10, have already been scanned. I was just cleaning them up a little bit, so that way as soon as I get done with this liner, I can switch over to printing those out. So if I can make the transition between printing them out and line arting them like swift, because they're decently easy. There's just one page that's like full of panels, and I'm like, I think this is the page I'm probably going to struggle with the most, but like the second page is pretty easy. So I'm hoping that the scene with Pasha looking at the flowers with Loris and Ivy is going to be the easiest scene to do. I don't know though. Other than that, I'm just like, I haven't really thought about what to prepare for that specific scene. I think I might as well reuse a room that I already designed, because I haven't decided where that scene is going to take place. I spent the last like so many pages in Gin's house, and like Gin's house was like the majority of the last volume. Oh my god, is there anything else that's on my mind? Oh, what else is there? What else is there? I'm just trying to think of anything. Oh, yes. Okay, so the official Shadow High dolls have been a single photo of all of them have been released. I am super excited. This is the first line of dolls where they actually have a doll with her mouth closed, as far as I can see. Everyone's actually kind of surprised because most of the girls up to this point have had their mouths open, like a little bit, just to see a little, tooth. And like, this one doll seems to be the first doll with her mouth shut. And like, that could be the case. I'm used to BJD colorings where like they just make the inner mouth like a dark color, so it looks like the character has a going on instead, like a pursed lip, instead of it looking like the character has like showing tooth. So like, I don't know. We'll have to see, because like from the look of it, that's what it seems. Her name is Nicole, and she's the one with the massive like bunches of curls on both sides of her head. And like, she was the one that caught my attention during the teasers. I really like her hair. Some people say that she gave off like Carmen vibes, and I got Carmen. I love Carmen so much. Now the doll that's really exciting the fuck out of me is Natasha. Natasha is the white one, and like, she is so cute. I think I might actually get her, because like, I just love the look of her. She is adorable. So we'll have to see. I just need to see them. I'm hoping that they'll have a official like a photos of them, the actual stock photos for the actual to purchase them online. I hope those stock photos come out soon. I don't know how soon we can see them in stores. I assume since it took like 2 extra months, because we were supposed to see the Pacific Coast dolls come January, but they ended up showing up in February and March. So I'm assuming that if they're scheduled to come out, like let's say next month, like in April, then we're probably not going to see them until like May or June. So yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. Other than that, my eyes are on Natasha, Nicole, and Chanel. And Chanel's the black one, and she looks amazing too. So like, so far it seems like either A, they have very light color going on in their schemes, or it's just their eyes and their blush. That's what it seems like. I'm glad that they at least try to blush them, because like, if they didn't have anything color going on with them, they probably would look a little boring. But like, the last black and white doll that I've ever saw that I've ever actually wanted was the limited edition Skull Shores Frankie from Monster High. They came up with the black and white doll. It's impossible to find her without finding her with the glue seepage, because those dolls, they don't age well. They don't age well at all. They have this glue that just bleeds, and it dyes the doll a disgusting color. So you'll find it with like a yellow scalp. And it's just like, it's so sad. People have had a really hard time saving these dolls after like 10 years of this shit. As for the Shadow High boy, he has a new face sculpt. Everybody was so excited for this. I really hope they reuse his face sculpt again. He is cute. I'm sick and tired of this fucking hairstyle. They need to stop making boys with this fucking hairstyle. I can't stand it anymore. I hate it. Oh my god. Everyone keeps saying that they hate this hairstyle. It's just like that most of the head is shaved except for the top part where they have like this comb over kind of thing going on. It's just like, it's so frustrating. Like, I would just like, I want her to have like Android 17 hair. Like, is that so hard to ask for? I mean, like, I guess that they think that they don't like take off half the hair and people are going to be like, why did they say girl? I'm like, no, it's a boy. So if they ever make that doll again, but in like, let's say like a natural skin tone, I'm hoping that they make a boy with a lighter skin tone at some point. Cause like all the boys had the same, skin tone mostly. Like River was a medium tan. The new boy Finn, he's a darker tan. And like this new boy is going to be like a medium gray. So I just want like a boy that's like a light color and then a boy that's like a massively dark color. And like we haven't seen anything so far. I'm like, I don't know if I'm ever gonna get one of those. I don't really like how the body is engineered. I've seen people try to sell the body secondhand and like I don't know, I don't really like it. Is there anything else that's on my mind? No, I guess that's virtually it. Alrighty then, that's all for today. I will see you in the next one.
Alrighty, it is Thursday, but I have to go back to Wednesday really quick. So after I recorded audio, I line arted through the pages. Monica got the computer at 3:40. I ended up finishing the line art for page 1 at 4:13. We took a small break and walked around a little bit and talked to each other. I got back to work at 5:40. I finished page 8's line art at 6, and we decided to finally go to bed. I slept until 2 o'clock in the morning. I got up at 4:15 though, and I assembled the next 2 pages for her. I passed them off to her. I ended up getting off at like 6:10, and I walked around the living room for a little bit sketching through the drafts. Monica got up at 6:30, and she told me to set the oven for our St. Patrick's pizza. So I actually made some tea today. This is the first pot of tea that we've had since we both got sick in February. It was at the beginning of February that I felt like there was no point in drinking the tea anymore because like we thought our cups were making us sick. We had rooibos and I just didn't feel like it tasted good. And I was drinking from a new cup, so like I don't really know what the fuck with that. So yeah, we had some of the cookies we bought last week. The box Monica chose was actually 2 separate cookie boxes. So we only had one. I really liked the vanilla cookies, and the wafers were extremely thin, and I loved that, but Monica hated it. The only one cookie that we hated in the entire set was the cinnamon cookies, because they literally had the cinnamon like randomly thrown into the batter, and like it just didn't work. It just tasted like a vanilla cookie that had something wrong with it. So we didn't like that. Okay, so we ended up eating the pizza. We cleaned up at 7:40 and we went back on at 8. So I line arted pages 9 and 10 using references from the computer. I finished and scanned them at like 9 o'clock exactly. And then I finished and scanned the ad for the spring specials at 9:30. So that's ready to be edited. I haven't had a chance to touch it yet though. So I got off, I crushed the bottles. Monica got off sometime around like 10 o'clock. And then we walked for an hour talking to each other in the living room. We stopped at 11. She went to go lay down. I ended up working on the storyboard. I was surprised to cut out some text from specific parts of it I didn't expect to. Like Marie explained to Pasha how to do the Easter egg hunt. I completely cut that out because I just felt like it was faster to skip to the Easter egg hunt. I did add Pasha realizing why they were trying so hard to make him like spring, but I didn't get a chance for him to actually say like that he liked spring. I think I might have to amend it one more time and just have him casually just say that it's like he feels bad for ruining the fun because he's actually kind of enjoying this. So I need to rephrase it so that way that comes in, because that's the only thing I really needed from this. And the ending part I had a really hard time squeezing it in.
So I ended up cutting out the part I didn't want to cut out, where Fuyar references the fact that Fauna came from the alpha testing before he met her, and that's what made her expensive. That ended up getting cut out. I just summarized it down to Fauna telling Simon of the alpha team is cool and that he would like it. So that's basically all I ended up doing with that. Other than the storyboard is done. At 12 o'clock we ended up going on, and I started actually amending the script while I was working on it. That's when I ended up finishing it at 19 pages. I scanned it, I printed it out, so I have the whole thing. I have to figure out how I'm going to divide this, because it's actually much longer than I wanted it to be. I know we're going to continue doing 2 pages at a time, but I just like, the only thing I can think of to accelerate this a little bit is to go by 3 pages at a time, but it's really hard to just even do 2. I'm most likely, I said I would do this, I would help her color it in, but I also need to finish the ad. And like, I don't know where to fit the ad in and all this. So, honestly, I would like a break. But like, this chapter we're in right now, the Spring Special 2, is taking forever to get through. I was hoping I can finish pages 7 and 8 today. I just got off right now. She gave me the pages at like 2:10. I'm tired. I don't want to work on them. I don't think I'm gonna go back on. I've been having like a really hard time remembering to go back on at 4. I've so scheduled myself to just go to bed at 4. So if I can remember to get back on at 4, I can at least do a little bit. I at least need to assemble pages 9 and 10 for Monica. They are ready. I was just cleaning them up, but I just did not have the energy to actually like start like assembling it. What else is there? So yeah, I've also scanned page 11, the draft for that's done. I last left off on the draft for page 12. I haven't gone any farther than that. Other than that, I'm just like, I'm trying not to be mad about the pages being so long, but like, there's really nothing I can do about it. I just have to roll with the punches. So is it possible for me to get things done if I do 4 pages at a time? No, that's way too much work. That's way too much work, because I know that 3 pages at a time is a lot of work as it is. I might not even be able to get all that much done. I need to keep it at 2 pages, but at the same time, I don't know. I think I might be able to do this a little bit faster if I could just help her color through it. I told myself I would, but I'm trying to figure out how, and I'm still having to figure out how to do the advertisement. So much. I can't figure it out. Okay, so the thing that's holding me back is I know some of these pages are way too complex. And like, the only thing I can think of to make this go faster is if I focus on the hair and the skin and the eyes, and she let her focus on the clothing. And so that way that's all she does. And then I get it back and I try to finish everything else. That's the only thing I can think of. But like, now that it's out of my way, I'm just like, I just want to get the advertisement done, but I don't even know what the environment in that scene is going to look like. I was thinking about making the trees look like the trees over here in our neighborhood. On the way to Albertsons, Monica and I would pass through these neighborhoods, and like during the spring, all the trees would be purple. And the rest of the year, the trees are usually like either bare or they're just like green. And like, I was thinking about making them purple for this. That'd be kind of cute. Is there anything else that's on my mind? Anything else? No, I need to get more ideas about what the scene's gonna look like for the characters, because like, I just think this is gonna be like really complex, more complex than I'm like taking into consideration. So I shouldn't put so much work on the 2 of us. I should probably just focus on doing 2 pages at a time, so that way I don't get tired out, and neither does she. So yeah. That being said, if it's gonna take us extra days to complete this, we're not gonna be finished. We're not gonna be finished on the second to last week of March. We're probably gonna be finishing the last week of March. So I need to figure that out. I need to actually like write out like what that's gonna look like. Other than that, pages 7 and 8 are not coming out on Thursday. Pages 7 and 8 are coming out later. I actually think that the third spring special is probably gonna like be finished in April, actually, because like it's just gonna take way too much effort. We are also going to go to the women's meeting on the 21st, and that's probably gonna eat some of the time too. So yeah, I need to like figure out how to schedule around the fact that we're gonna go to the women's meeting. Is there anything else that's on my mind? Anything else? No, I can't think of anything. I'm tired. I am so tired. I can't even. Is there anything else that's on my mind? Anything else? No, I guess that's virtually it. Alrighty then. That's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Friday, but I have to go back to Thursday really quick. So after I recorded audio, Monica got off at like 2:40. She made dinner, and then afterwards she went to bed. I didn't end up joining her until like 3:36. I had super mega trouble sleeping, so I ended up working on a future project. Basically, I just picked out a whole bunch of names for the cast of this one story idea I had. And then I fell asleep. I slept until 3:30. I got up at 4 and I assembled pages 9 and 10 for Monica to color. And then I ended up coloring pages 7 and 8 up until like 6. I think I only got as far as the skin layer. So I got off at 6. I wanted to hit Northgate to get water, but it doesn't open until 7. So I ended up walking around for a half an hour and sketching through the last 4 pages of the chapter. And then I kicked Monica out of bed at 6:30 to go get water. I was hoping that leaving early would motivate her to get to work right away. Because like usually if we go after we eat breakfast, then by the time we get back, she just wants to get back in bed. So luckily that didn't end up being too much of a problem. We ended up getting home at like 7:35. We ate breakfast. I cleaned up my scanner area a little bit, and then we went back to work at 8 o'clock. I also made mint tea. I drank the majority of it. So yeah. So I scanned the last 4 pages of the second spring special. I ended up assembling and printing them out in red so I can line art them later. I did not have very much time to do that today, which is bad. So yeah. I got back to coloring at 8:54. I colored up until 10. We had a bit of a dispute about what to do for our 10 o'clock break. She went to go lay down while I did a smidge of walking. So I walked around for like half an hour, and then we took a shower, and then I set the alarm for 12 noon to remind us to go back on and back to work, but I fell asleep, she didn't. So the alarm went off at 12. She made lunch. I wrote a little bit in this book. I really should have just been line arting, and I didn't. I just did so very little for the pages today. So she finished making food at like 12:30. We ate, and then we went back on at 12:41. She started talking to herself at like 1:20. The little boy character came back. She was just telling me recently that he hasn't been around, and so she thought that the character had left. And like, he's back now and he's bothering her, and she's been talking to him ever since, which is why I'm recording in the bathroom, if you haven't noticed the fan in the background over there. So she gave me the pages back at 1:35. I found so many errors, I have to go fix it. She got off at 2 to make the berry blend, and then I finished the art for pages 7 and 8 at 2:10, and I loaded them with text at 2:43. So she just took her medication. She's gonna go lay down. I need to spend the rest of the evening line arting. I'm so mad that I didn't get very much done. The worst part is that I need a reference for Ivy. I think that reference might, I don't know, might be on the official site. If it is, I'm saved. If it's not, I'm screwed. So I think I remember loading these outfits to them, to the pages. I don't know. I have to find out. Other than that, we're in the scene where Pasha sees Laura smell the flowers. Like I said, for the character design for Loris in this scene, I wasn't certain if I was going to go with the color scheme for the flowers he's holding, but like, I don't know what to change them to if that's the case. I think that the colors might end up changing with the environmental tones, because I usually like
tone the background a little bit to match the environment better. So that might change it. Other than that, I don't really know. I'm just like, ugh. We'll have to see. I'm really annoyed with how slow everything's been. I'm really hoping that I can like catch up in the next like 4 pages, but like I still have this complex page 9 to do tomorrow, and that's probably gonna hold me back. So I had such a hard time coming up with colors for all the fairies. That took forever. Oh man. So like tomorrow's Saturday. This chapter's not done yet. I think I have to update the schedule because like it's just not done yet, and I don't know if I can get it done by Sunday. I don't think so. I think I'm probably gonna be finishing this stuff up by Tuesday, because like we have to go to the women's meeting on Monday to get rid of the books. Is there anything else that's on my mind? I guess that's virtually it. Alrighty then, that's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Saturday, but I have to go back to Friday really quick. So after I recorded audio, I ended up line arting through the pages. I finished page 11's line art at 3:41, and then page 12's line art at 4:06. I got ready for bed. I slept from 4:30 to like 2:30 a.m. I got up at 3 and I started coloring through pages 9 and 10. That wasn't the original plan. I remembered way after the fact that I had to set up pages 11 and 12 for Monica to color in. So I took a break at 4 to scan and assemble the pages. I passed them off to her at like 4:37. I resumed coloring pages 9 and 10. I got off at 6. I found the alarm clock feature on my computer, and I've been using that to remind myself when to get off. I only managed to use it like twice today. It went off at 6 and it went off at 2. I completely missed the 10 o'clock alarm that I set for it because like I just got off a little bit earlier than that. But that's getting ahead. Okay, so I walked around for an hour listening to music. I did a little bit of writing and a lot of sketching through the third spring specials drafts. I stopped for a second to make tea. I ended up getting tired like 5 minutes before I had to stop. Monica was out of bed at 6:59. She made breakfast. She burnt it, so it was a bit tough to eat. We ended up finding a letter from management crammed into the door, and they want us to come by. It was Saturday, so we couldn't do it that day. They're not there on weekends. We have no choice but to go on Monday. I rested until 8, and then we went back to work. I completed the art for page 10. I even put text on it. I got way too tired before I could finish page 9. We agreed to get off at 9:40 because we were just way too tired to keep going. So the plan was to hit Target and get more chicken. The problem is that Target didn't have any, and they also didn't carry the peanut butter Monica liked. So we ended up biking all the way down to Stater Brothers, and they did have the peanut butter she liked, but they only had the creamy version, and she recently got into the crunchy version again. We haven't bought crunchy peanut butter since like, I'm gonna say 2016. I don't really remember the last time we got crunchy peanut butter, but like she accidentally bought some recently and she got into it, which really surprised me because when we had it in the past, she never liked it. So I feel like she's a hypocrite. She's always like that. Okay. So yeah, we ended up getting back at 11, I believe. We ate lunch and we crashed until 12. At least I crashed. She ended up laying around daydreaming, but I so fucking crashed. I was so mad when the phone woke me up at 12. So I went back to work. I finished and loaded the pages at 1:07 with text. And then I started line arting through pages 13 and 14. I only managed to complete the line art for page 14. Page 13, I'm almost done with it. So, I got the pages back from Monica at 1:49, but I didn't have much time to work on it because my next alarm, my get off alarm was 2. So she made lunch. I had checked the tracking for my Etsy package to see where it was. It was in Anaheim last I checked. According to the tracking, it was out for delivery. So I checked at that moment at 2:00. I checked to see if it had arrived. It hadn't. But right when we sat down to eat, the delivery guy showed up with it. So I wasted my time. And I was a smidge too early. So, after we were done eating salad, we ended up, unboxing all the wigs. Okay, so here's my general opinion. The straight wigs with no bangs were perfect. The pigtail wigs, the base wigs they leave something to be desired. They need desperately to be organized. They come with a slight bob, and I feel like that's more of a negative than a positive. The white is not the same as the white of the original wig that I got her. It's a little bit more ivory, which I was surprised by. So I can't necessarily use it as a substitute. So after looking at them, we tried to straighten the white wig and the black wig. In the end, we only could straighten so much of the wig, so we tried to boil straighten it instead. All the wigs are drying right now. So I feel like boil straightening the black wig actually decently helped it, because the black wig was a nightmare. I tried to put it on green, and he just looked terrible in it. The white wig is going to make a good substitute for Yomu. I'm so excited for it. I'm glad I didn't actually have to get her another wig, because I was so upset about the blonde wig I got being the wrong length, but having this white wig fixed makes me feel like, okay, well, I guess I can just make my idea work anyway. I still want to get a blonde one though. I guess I can use that one for Alice instead. We boil washed them. We shocked them in the freezer. They are hanging up to dry. I don't know how long it's going to take them to actually get dry, because hair doesn't really dry very well. I don't know. I'm a little worried about coming back in the morning and they're still not dry. They're in the bathroom and they're just hanging around. So I'm hoping that helps them a little bit. Other than that, everything else was fine. Monica's having second thoughts about cutting the pink wig, but the whole point of getting it was so that way she can just have the cosplay she wanted. She wanted to make Sakura from the first Naruto, because she loved her with long hair. But I understand that it's the other Sakura that's more popular, not the short hair. More specifically, her adult version is a lot more popular. So, I don't know. I'm leaving it up to her to decide what to do with the wig, because I bought it specifically for her. As for the other two wigs, I don't know. She doesn't even know what she wants to do with them just yet. The purple wig I got reminds me of Hotchka from Token Rambo. He's one of the first swords you can pick. We ended up getting ready for bed at 3:47, and I did get in bed, but I ended up realizing at 4:56 that I hadn't recorded. So I didn't want to end up with another day where I have 5 recordings and I have to figure out where the day changes, so I'm catching up. Okay, so in other news, we got the entire 2020 Rainbow High announcement list, I think. We don't even have the first wave of the Shadow High dolls yet, but they already announced a second season of them, which is kind of astonishing. They're also going to release a double pack of a couple, as in a romantic couple, it's a boy and a girl. And I don't even know what to make of this. So it's confirmed to be another 5 girls and a boy, and then there's a double pack. So and there's going to be a play set. And I don't even know how this is gonna pan out, the first set of dolls, and now we have the second set of dolls that's creeping up. I'm how are the stores supposed to handle this? Because I just feel like the Rainbow High is gonna take over the shelves. They have a lot of nerve to come up with a second line. I thought it was fishy that Shadow High came up with its own Instagram. It didn't make sense. Why can't I just share the Rainbow High Instagram? I don't know. I don't know why it needs to be its own spin-off. I just don't, I mean, like, this is coming from someone who's very enthusiastic about getting a line of gray dolls. I was expecting only like one series, a second series, and a double pack. It just feels like, really? Is it that necessary, or what are you doing, kind of thing? So, yeah. They've also confirmed that Series 4 has been pushed back. I assume Series 4 is supposed to come out in the fall, because, like, I think Series 3 came out in the spring, and that was what everybody was expecting. But because Shadow High is coming out in the spring, Series 4 is going to come out in the fall, I guess. I don't know. They're actually going to make a second wave of junior high dolls. I have mixed feelings about that, because, like, I was on the fence with the first wave because they did that stupid thing they do where they actually draw on the shine lines in the girls' mouths, and it just makes them so unattractive. And I really hope they don't do this with the next set, because if they do, I'm not getting any of them. But I have my eye on Bella, and I'm kind of have my eye on Stella, because, like, Stella is the other pink one, and she has darker hair. And, like, I'm kind of interested in her only if she looks better than the first doll. We'll have to see. There's also River, and I kind of hope that they also improve the boy body for River. But we'll have to see. He should definitely have the neck rotation thing that he didn't get in the first release. We'll have to see, though. Other than that, they are also going to... What else are they going to do? They're going to have another limited edition doll. I was trying to figure out what holiday this is for, because, like, the first doll was for Valentine's and the second one was for Lunar New Year. So I was like, if it's not another February-ish, I'm gonna say February-ish because, like, some of these holidays move around. If it's not another February-ish holiday, I was thinking Mardi Gras, because there was this one time, I think it was last year, we got Lunar New Year, Valentine's Day, and Mardi Gras in the same week. And I don't know how often that happens, but it happened once. So, like, I was wondering if it would be a Mardi Gras doll, if it's only supposed to be like a February-ish, holiday, or if it's supposed to be a completely different holiday, like, for example, 4th of July, Halloween, or Christmas, or maybe even New Year. The reason why I particularly think it's going to be a Halloween doll is because somebody found a green body for sale on Alibaba or something. I don't remember which Chinese website had it, but, like, there was a green body, so I'm kind of expecting maybe it could be a Halloween costume for a specific doll, whether it be a new doll or a old doll. And then there is the next Art of Fashion doll. So it's going to be a doll that's very much like Jet Dawson, and then they're going to do 3 trio limited edition sets. So very similarly to the Slumber Party set and very similarly to the Rockstar set, they're going to be doing 3 completely different lines. I have no idea what the subjects of each line are going to be. Somebody had wondered if the middle of the 3 subjects was going to be talent show, because the acronym was TS. So I don't know. That's a good idea, but we'll have to see. And then they're probably, and I think this is kind of like, I don't know about this, they're probably going to have a DIY, like, you know, customize your own doll set available. They did this with Bratz in the past, where you got, like, a bald doll you had to, like, customize yourself. And, like, this is rumored to so far be, like, an Amazon exclusive thing, but I don't really know if that's going to be the case. There's going to be only 3 colors you can choose from, so I figure it's going to be, like, one of each skin tone. So there's probably going to be, like, the regular white skin tone, the medium, like, tan, and then, like, the really, really dark, like, I don't know, we'll have to see. Other than that, lastly, there is going to be another giant doll. And, like, there is some debate on who it's going to be. If it's a mainline character, I personally think it's going to be Sunny, but most people think it's going to be Bella because people really love Bella. What I I'm willing to like predict it might also be the second Amaya, which would be so tragic if it is, because like they had a version of Amaya with white hair, so like I wouldn't be surprised if that's also her. And then lastly, it could be Jet, which I think would be kind of cool. For anybody else it could possibly be, there is also Ruby and Skylar are my next choices. Other than that, I don't see it being Jade. It doesn't make any sense for it to be Jade or Poppy because people don't really like Jade or Poppy. So like it's either going to be Sunny, Ruby, Skylar, or Bella. And I personally would like it to be Jet. That would be awesome. I would like a giant Jet. But like I don't think so. Other than that, is there anything else? So I'm kind of excited for this. I have ones that I think I might get, but I'm mostly going to be just like waiting on the sidelines until I see them in person. I was really taken by Carmen the first time I saw her photo, but I was also willing to like hold off on it because I wasn't 100% sure. And once her photos came out, and then I was like, yeah, I'm definitely getting this doll. But like a lot of the other dolls that I had to see them in person. Like the twins, I didn't want them until like I actually saw Melissa from My World unbox them, and they were the ones that actually got me into Rainbow High because I thought that Rainbow High was a stupid idea. But yeah, I'm just like, I'm gonna be waiting on it. Other than that, is there anything else that's on my mind? I really need to update the Patreon explaining that the second spring special is not done yet. It's actually late. Also, we have to go to the women's meeting on Monday, and that's going to be my only other chance to get rid of the books, aside from the tenant meeting at the end of the month. I'm not even sure they're going to have it. We'll have to see, because like COVID cases have been spiking in China and Europe, and it's only a matter of time until it reaches America. So last time there was a big COVID spike, they canceled a whole bunch of meetings and events. So I'm like, yeah, I can kind of see them having to cancel the art event in April because of a COVID spike, especially because it's going to be happening at the retirement home next door. So we'll have to see. Is there anything else that's on my mind? No, I guess that's virtually it. Alrighty then, that's all for today. I will see you in the next one. Alrighty, it is Sunday, but I have to go back to Saturday really quick. So after I recorded audio, I was like, I'm on a roll. I have a couple of story ideas I was trying to record a couple of days ago, and I might as well do the last two ideas I didn't record. So I did those, and I think I might have killed a little over an hour on it. I ended up going back to sleep. I woke up sometime around like 12:30, and I was like, no, I'm not getting up this early. So I ended up forcing myself to go back to sleep, and I woke up at 3:30. So I got up, I finished line arting page 13, I scanned it at 3:50, I assembled the pages and passed them on to Monica at 4:20. I colored up until 6 and I got off. I had completed everything except for the flowers in the background of each page, and I was going to need to come back and do that a little bit later. I was mostly putting it off because I knew it was going to be complicated. 6 a.m. I walked around for an hour. I did a little bit of writing and sketching, and the process of sketching through the draft for the third spring special, I ended up coming to the conclusion that I was extremely tired and I didn't want to have to do this immediately because like I just didn't have a lot of things prepared. Like, for example, I don't know what Warren and Gin are wearing, and for the last 2 chapters they've just been wearing shirts and pants, which I can't bring them into the last chapter just wearing shirts and pants. I feel like they need to be wearing something a little bit more creative. So like I have to design something for the 2 of them because like everybody else is wearing like something a little bit more interesting than them. I don't want them to just disappear in the group, especially because like I'm going to be drawing them way more than the other characters that are going to be seen. I ended up stopping briefly at 6:30. I made mint tea again because Monica requested mint tea yesterday, and then I resumed walking. I tried to run the fan before the burner started smelling like smoke. I don't know why the the fan has been making this squeaky noise. I mean, it didn't typically do that in the past. I mean, not unless we were using it on low. And like, I've been using it on high to make sure it wouldn't make that sound. So like, I don't know what its problem is. So I think I need to like grease it. I do have some grease. I'm not really sure how to grease the fan, honestly. So yeah. Okay, so while I was at it, I ended up taking all the wigs down. I made a big mistake and I hung them up upside down. That was the only way I could clip them up. And like, they ended up drying like froey instead of like downward that we were intending, and like that kind of made the whole purpose of straightening them defeated. And I was telling Monica later, we need to straighten these again, but with the hair straightener instead, because the hair straightener could not get like certain angles of the wig, and the boil washing did it so much better. I need to make a device or something so I can hang them up and without them having to be upside down, because I kind of totally messed everything up. I have to figure it out though. Maybe I can use I have to look at them, but maybe I can use next time the shoe hangers, because I have some shoe hangers, and see if I can use that instead and just hang them up on those. I'll have to see. I don't really know if it's gonna work out. Okay, so because I ran the fan, Monica was disturbed from her sleep. She ended up getting out of bed at like 6:40, and we had breakfast together. She decided to just cook the lasagna because she didn't feel like actually like making like food. So after we ate that, we ended up resting at 8 o'clock. One of the things that we just like were way too excited to cut into was the Godiva bunny, because like she was in the mood for chocolate. We didn't want to cut into the giant Dove bunny, so we just needed to sacrifice the Godiva one because it was so much smaller. And the only reason why she got it was because she couldn't find the Dove ones. They were late. So yeah, they're carrying them again now. We went back on the computer at 8. She colored. I shaded through the background. I was mostly working on the flowers and whatnot. I realized that I sold an item at 8:10. Actually, at the time I saw it, it was like 8:40, so I stopped and I packaged it. I'm surprised. It's a pair of eyes that were like so crumbly made. I'm like, I can't see anybody wanting these. It's sold now. I can get rid of them tomorrow. So yeah, Monica gave me back pages 13 and 14 pretty early. She gave me at like 9:43, so we watched a few videos together, and then we got off at 10. We were supposed to go for a walk, but she changed her mind. She wanted to hit Target and get these new books that we saw yesterday. So last year they had a dog and cat book set, and you were supposed to choose which one you liked better. They did it again, but the design was different. The design is kind of inverted. It's white with the animals printed on top of it. Before it was a color and the animals were like gilded on top of it, I think. And like, those are the last two books that we tried to get before this season change. So it's either that's part of the few books that we're getting this spring, or it's the beginning of the books that we're getting for this spring, and they're all going to come in April. That's my guess. I don't know. So yeah. After that, we ended up hitting Ross and we got tweezers. I wanted to get tweezers back during Christmas, but I just kept telling myself I can put it off because I don't need it right now. But we're going to start our projects next month, so I figured we should get them. And we got the only sets of tweezers they had. They had 2 sets, and like, I just feel like I don't know if I like these sets. I think I like the ones that they had during Christmas more, but it's too late. This is all they had. I don't know if I should get more in the future. So yeah, we got back at like 11:16. We ate lunch, and then we went back on at 12. Monica ended up watching a few videos, but she ended up getting off to make salad. And then I completed the art for page 12. I updated the Patreon telling everybody that I wanted to go on break for the rest of this week. And then we watched the next episode of Dress Up Darling. This series is definitely going to end. I really hope it gets a season 2. It's a really good series. And I finished and loaded page 12 with text at 1:52. And then we got off at 2. to go for a walk. She wanted to go to the 98 Plus store by the recycling center, and we found a ton of interesting stuff there. They sell a bunch of cheap masks, the type of masks that she likes. So we're definitely going to get some of those later when we have more money. And like, I found some gift bags I actually really liked. And what else is there? I can't remember what else she wanted to get, but like, we ended up going home, and the process of getting home, halfway there, her eyes started malfunctioning. So we ended up getting back at like 3:30. She took her medication, and I figure she's in bed now. I don't really know. I know she has to talk to herself, because she always has to talk to herself whenever she has moments like these. So yeah. So I left a comment on this one doll YouTuber's channel. She found like every Rainbow High doll on my wish list at this place called Dirt Cheap, which is a store that ends up with a whole bunch of like messed up products from different, name brand stores. And like, I was commenting about how I haven't seen Marissa Golding in my area of California. I don't know if anybody's ever gotten her. When I checked Walmart to see if she was like available nearby, I couldn't find a place that actually had her. But people have been telling me on that comment, they've been replying to that comment, that some Walmarts are marking her down to $11. And I was like, oh fuck, I've never seen her. What the fuck are you talking about? So I feel a little bit pressure to find her now. I have, I think 2 of them saved on eBay. Their faces look pretty decent. There's only one where the lips are actually very messed up. And like, I really want to get her. I'm not sure if she's a good addition to our collection, because she has a plain hairstyle. And all my other Rainbow High dolls have like, outstanding looking hair. So I feel like, I don't know if I should get her, but I do want her. And then there's a part of me who's like, just save up for Phaedra instead, because at least Phaedra's hair is interesting. So yeah, I don't know. I have to think about it. I definitely think Phaedra's hair is going to need to be boil washed. Other than that, as for the wigs, I am looking forward to styling them. I was hoping we could do that today, but she wasn't interested in it. So, we really need to like straighten the hair again. And like, I want to get some clear glue so I can like better style the parts of the wig to like make it look more like the characters that I wanted to be based off of. Like, okay, the Miku wig has to look more like Miku's hair, and then the black wig has to look more like Namazuo, Kiwame Namazuo. So yeah, is there anything else that's on my mind? Anything else? No, I guess that's virtually it. I just, I didn't really find like anything else today that I really wanted. I didn't really see too many things. As far as Target goes or Ross goes. Oh, we forgot to look for bedding. So we made an agreement when we go to turn in that package tomorrow to go check the bedding at both 99 and Ross, because 99 had a better deal for bedding than Ross did last time we were there. Ross really updated with the toy section though, so I'm kind of hoping that also means the bedding section updated too. I don't really think so, but we'll have to see. Other than that, I guess that's virtually it. Alrighty then, that's all for today. I will see you in the next one.